When Josh started high school, our high school was roughly 70% two-parent households, whether it's divorced and remarried or first-time married or whatever the situation. You had mom and dad there, and there was a positive dynamic in that school district. Since then, we're just talking, 2006, 4 years later, it's flipped. It's 70% don't have dads. And you see the difference in the culture there, and the academic performance is falling downward too. And then you think, what's the difference? And it really is to have those male role models involved, whether it's as a coach or a teacher or just a guy next door who cares, to be involved and to see the positive impact in a kid's life really is fun to see.
Just a great guy. Former high school football coach Ron Freeman, also father to the Bucs quarterback Josh Freeman. A rising rate of the fatherless, and what pours into high school, Tony, inevitably heads into every facet of society. Is this the growing issue for today's coaches?
I think it is. I think it's the growing issue for our society. I interviewed seniors at the combine. They're getting ready for the draft. Tell me about your home life. I saw the same thing Coach Freeman said. 3 out of 4 guys coming in the NFL now without their dad. So who has helped in this process? And then you have to understand that these guys are looking for relations that they haven't had before, and that's where the coach comes in.
So for these, what's the better remedy? A coach that is a father, or a coach who can identify with him and is fatherless?
I think both. I think I knew the things that I got from my dad and what I could share and pass on. By the same token, a coach who didn't grow up with his dad understands what he missed. And if he can be part of that solution and give that to his players, it's critical.
As they grow up and become men, moving into professional arenas, is there a danger then of lowering expectation because of the lack that they were given in terms of requiring and asking them to give?
I don't think we should do that, and that's one of the things that I tried to do in the 13 years I was the head coach. Hey guys, we've got a responsibility. You can be a role model. People, especially kids that don't have dads, they look to you. They're looking to the Indianapolis Colts guys for direction. What kind of role model are you going to be? Are you going to be a positive impact on someone's life, or are you going to be negative? And that's a big responsibility.
Speaking of dads, the Dungy family recently recruited Oregon Duck fans. How about that? Son and freshman receiver, Plant High's Eric Dungy, will be playing for the Pac-10 defending champs. Okay, Tony, more pleasure or stress when watching him play?
Well, I have to say that last year watching them go to the state championship was the most fun that I've ever had in life, just being out there. But very stressful in the stands, knowing that you can't change anything, you can't do anything. You want him to really play well. I had some tough times up there.
Will you, after the game, affirm him as a dad, or will you coach him up as a former coach?
I really stay away from the coaching process. I've made that decision, and I really build him up and talk about what he did well, and I don't try to critique him at all. I think he appreciates that.
I'm sure he does. Tony helped launch Family First and All Pro Dads. Many of you I know involved with that, with resources, national events to help build marriages, raise children. You certainly, Coach, find the instincts of fathering or mothering and mentoring, but what about mentoring has equipped you as a dad?
You know, I think back to the people who really helped me in my life, and I know that they did it mainly through encouragement, through really trying to be positive. And as a dad, many times you can pick out the negatives. My kid needs to do this. I wish you would do this better. But that encouraging side, I think that has been what I've taken from my mentors that I've tried to deliver to my own kids.
Tony, based on your credibility over the years, people will say, nice, Tony Dungy. It should come easy to him. But did fathering or does fathering come easy to you?
Absolutely toughest job. You don't always feel like you have all the answers. You wonder if you're doing the right things. You want your kids to succeed, and you put a lot of pressure on yourself, and you don't always know what they're going through. Different things that they're facing, much different stuff than we faced growing up. So it is tough. It takes hard work, takes that perseverance.
Man, we love our kids, Coach. We really, really love them. One of the biggest concerns I hear from a number of parents in facing today's culture is that relational development in which the emphasis is more technological than it is face-to-face, as you've alluded to, interpersonal. What concerns you about that, and what will our kids lose?
Well, our kids are going to pick up a lot of skills with the computers, with technology, but life is about relationships. You're going to get married at some point. You're going to have to really zero in on your mate. You're going to be a teammate somewhere, whether it's an athletic team, whether it's at work, whether it's a school project. And can you function? Can you deal with people? That's still what life is all about, and we can't lose that.
Tony, real quickly before we go, you've taken Peyton Manning to the sidelines. Seconds left. You want to win the game. You're huddling up with him. What do you tell people watching this show? What encouragement can you give them as moms and dads and mentors and leaders?
Life is about relationships, and be there for your children, be there for your group that you're leading. If you care about them and build those relationships, they're going to follow you, and you're going to make it work.
Tony, always a pleasure.
Thank you, Tom.
Thanks,
Great to be with you.
Thanks for your example, and thanks for the consistency in it.
Thank you.
Tony Dungy.